the Joplin wrestler elevated the Kickapoo wrestlers, so
they had to stop that just in case of, you know, safety.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
That makes good sense. Wrestling is a very tough sport, Hunter. You know, probably the hardest sport that I ever played. You know, that could be a big reason why I didn't play it in high school. You know, it takes a lot of dedication. It's the most dedicated sport in the world, and you really can't deny that.
Well, it is some may argue that it is the original sport.
That is very true. People have been wrestling since the beginning of time. I mean, ever since I've been alive, I've been wrestling around with my brothers and sisters, so you know. Anyway, we have Joplin out here on the bottom. Still no points in this 2 periods of wrestling. 10 seconds remaining. Joplin's been on bottom for a while now. He's trying to get up. He really is. Oh! He almost got that point.
Coming down to the 3rd period, we still have a score of 0-0. Whoever gets the first takedown should probably win this match.
It's going to be very intense. 3rd period, no points. Joplin's on top. Can't let him up. It's the only point of the match. Cannot let him up, and he does. 1-0. Joplin looks tired here, Hunter. This is the period where champions are made. Both trying to decide which move to make next.
Neither wrestlers are leaving a lot open currently, but oh, he's going for a shot.
He's going for a shot.
And he lets him back.
See, when I wrestled Hunter, I never shooted, as I was the heavyweight, and I just locked you up in the center of the ring and gave you a fashioned old headlock or a sprawl and got my 2 points and took you down and gave you a half, and you know, that was usually it. There isn't that much middle school competition, though. Hunter, would you agree?
A lot with in the lower grades, you're going to have a lot of the quicker matches. They even have shorter periods. In high school, especially the lower weights, you're going to have your longer matches. They're more energetic wrestlers, and sometimes that leads to varying results.
42 seconds. Kickapoo's only up by 1 point. They get in neutral. All Joplin needs is a takedown to take the lead. He's got to get a better stance here, Hunter. He's too tired, and he's standing almost straight up as he tries to shoot there.
And he'll learn that as he learns as he starts wrestling. Currently, there is a stall call on Kickapoo, but I don't think there's enough time necessarily for Joplin to get that stalling point.
Joplin's trying to get a takedown.
He's desperate. 5 seconds left.
Kickapoo definitely is stalling Hunter, but I don't think he'll get that call. That was
a very hard-fought match.
That was a hard-fought match.
Not a lot of matches end 1-0, and that was a very great match by both wrestlers.
I don't think I've ever seen a 1-0 match in my life before, Hunter. There wasn't even a takedown.
No takedown.
At this time, we would like for all parents of Joplin senior wrestlers to meet Mr. Starr.
We do have our senior night activities going on tonight.
Yes, we do. It is senior night here in the Kaminsky Gymnasium.
Nathan McCauley, Solomon Garcia, and Joakim Crawford.
Yes, and as we stated earlier, Joakim, you know, is out for the season with an injury that happened in the last meet. It was apparently a knee injury, as the way I understand it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He was a two-time state qualifier before, and we were really looking forward to see if he could be on the podium this year.
Joplin, you know, these three guys I've known ever since I've went to the high school, and I've known Joakim since 6th grade. Same thing with Saul. I've known all of them since 6th grade. What am I talking about? I know these kids. I've seen them since they were little, and they've loved this sport. I mean, I've wrestled with them in middle school, and they've just all had the dedication and all the will to win, as Solomon was a state qualifier as well. And Nate McCauley, I don't think he ever was a state qualifier, but he's been a 4-year letterman, and he has a pretty impressive record under his belt.
Well, that's what you have to have in this sport. It's a lot of enduring, and if you don't have that, then you're not going to last.
I agree. A lot of this sport has to do with longevity and endurance, and just the will to win. When you're getting up in the morning and you don't want to go to that tournament at 6 a.m. It's the winners that push through it and just strive their best.
I agree.
And that's the special call that you have to answer if you want to be a wrestler, I think. Hunter, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, a lot of the times what separates wrestling from other sports is not always the most talented or best wrestlers always win. It's a lot of the times the hardest workers, and this is a quality that's shown by all our seniors tonight.
So right now we're going to recognize the seniors. Manager Kayla Maynard,
and is being escorted tonight by Daniel and Kimberly. Kayla has been a member of the JHS wrestling team, serving as manager for the past 2 years. Kayla says she has been putting up with these boys. That's quite an accomplishment. Kayla has also been involved in JHS softball, Innovation Campus, Interact Club, and Talent Search. After high school, Kayla plans to get an early education or secondary education degree at State University and become a teacher in either department. Congratulations, senior Kayla Maynard. Our next senior is Joakim Crawford. Joakim is the son of Kim Sparks and Joey Crawford and is being escorted tonight by his mother, Kim. Joakim's accomplishments in wrestling include all-district and state qualifier in the 13-14 season, Ozark All-Conference and All-District in 14-15, and a state qualifier in the 15-16 season. Joakim has also been in football, track, fusion, DECA, and plans on playing baseball this spring. After high school, Joakim plans to attend college and major in physical education. He would also like to play football or wrestle at the next level. Congratulations, senior Joakim Crawford.
There's my boy, my senior year quarterback, Joakim Crawford.
Next we have Solomon Garcia.
Yes.
Solomon is the son of George and Sandra Garcia and is being escorted tonight by George, Sandra, and his sister Isabel. Solomon has been a state qualifier in wrestling and Ozark Conference runner-up. Solomon has also participated in football, powerlifting, and track. After high school, Solomon plans to go to college and play football, plus get a good education and focus on his career choice. Congratulations, senior Solomon Garcia.
That man is an animal.
Next is Nathan McCauley.
Here he is.
Son of Tina McCauley and Jeremy and Rhonda McCauley, and is being escorted tonight by his mother Tina. Nathan took 4th at Blue Springs South last year, 3rd at the Miami tournament, and 1st at Republic this year, and is a 4-year letterman for wrestling. Nathan has also participated in DECA, track, and football. After high school, Nathan plans to enter the workforce in construction. Congratulations, senior Nathan McCauley. Let's give another round of applause for all of our seniors and their parents.
These seniors, Hunter, put in so much work, like we said, over these past 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even Kayla Maynard, the manager, you know, wasn't she your manager good?
Blood, sweat, and tears every single day.
Oh, yeah? Now go ahead and, you know, what do you expect the outcome of this to be tonight? I want your bold prediction. I want to know, is it going to be the 2016-2017 Eagles or the 2016-2017 Kickapoo Chiefs getting the W here in this gym tonight?
Of course, I always go, am rooting for my Eagles, and I think it will be a great match tonight.
Totally understand that, and I am all the way. Kickapoo is not, you know, a very accomplished team, and Joplin is quite the opposite, having state qualifiers. And I think it was 4 or 5 last year. How many was it? It was Bobby Owens, Joakim Crawford,
Zachary Phillips, Philip Ritz,
yes,
Solomon Garcia.
and Sky didn't wrestle last year, did he?
Sky Polk did state qualifier.
So that's 6. 6 state qualifiers last year for Joplin, and only 2 of them were seniors. Well, 3 of them actually, with Phillips, Ritz, and Polk.
3 of them. Zachary Phillips,
Yeah.
Philip Ritz, and Sky Polk.
Yes, exactly. Man, I'm ready. I'm watching these JV bouts, and now it's time for the varsity ones. I can't wait.
And the thing about JV matches is a lot of the times they'll become the next varsity wrestlers, and it just gives them that much mat time that allows them to develop.
First match of the night looks like Joplin has 106 and 113 open, so those will be 2 buys for Kickapoo.
The match is between the Kickapoo Chiefs and your Joplin Eagles. And now, please rise, remove your hats as we honor our country by the playing of our national anthem.
Let's go ahead and stand up for our country here, like you're supposed to do. Yes, how about that?
There's nothing that really hypes you up more than the playing of our national anthem before any sporting event.
I totally feel you 100%. The national anthem is always the icing on the cake for me.
We'll introduce the varsity lineup.
Here we go, is the varsity lineup for Joplin Eagles and Kickapoo Chiefs.
At 106 for Kickapoo is Nathan Dewar. Joplin is open. At 113 for Kickapoo is Grant Carlton. Joplin is open. At 126 for Joplin is Deron Morgan. For Kickapoo is Marquise Gayton.
Looks like Deron Morgan got 6 pounds up on his body to wrestle
At
tonight.
132 for Joplin is Bobby Owens. For Kickapoo is Tanner Raymond.
State qualifier Bobby
At
Owens.
138 for Joplin is Terry Shuey. For Kickapoo is Tristan Up. At 145 for Joplin is Brayden Williams.
senior, Nathan
For
McCauley.
Kickapoo is Tanner Stoops. At 160 for Joplin is Lucas Keenel. For Kickapoo is Clement Logan.
Luke.
At 170 for Joplin is Jacob Bartlett. For Kickapoo is Noah Jennerjohn. At 182 for Kickapoo is Tyler Beery. Joplin is open. At 195 for Joplin is Solomon Garcia.
Here he is, my boy
For Kickapoo
Solomon.
is Blake Chambers.
Solomon's ready for this win
At
tonight.
220 for Joplin is Jaden Withrow. For Kickapoo is PJ Walker.
That looks like the match of the night right there.
For Joplin is Jacob Boo. For Kickapoo is Will Anawaihi.
Now, Will Anawaihi, I have won a...
Coaches are Billy Buckley, Chris Jennerjohn, and Andy Shanfarber. Joplin is coached by David Myers, Aaron Brown, Chris Dishman, Roger Coe, Stephen Bradfield, and Larry Williams.
And here comes the coin toss with the with your Joplin Eagle captains coming up.
Now, see, Hunter, I am not familiar with this. I've never been to a start of a high school varsity match. What is that necessarily determining, Hunter?
Honestly, I've been to, in all my years of wrestling, it's never mattered. So I honestly don't know.
You honestly don't know. Man, now I'm very curious as to what that means. You think it means, I can't even think about what, if there's a tie? Does that mean if at the end of the match if there's a tie, the coin toss, that's who's going to win? I don't know.
I believe so.
I mean, there was a tie here last Thursday, and you know, I wasn't in the room. I was commentating the basketball game, and I wasn't able to see who was determined the winner. But I heard that it was Seneca over Joplin, even though it was a tie.
Mm-hmm. And we have a bye on our 106 pounder. Kickapoo's gonna be up 6 points
Nathan Dewar gonna get the easy W
with his hand raised.
There you go.
And here comes a 13 pounder as well. Currently, it will be 12-0 Kickapoo.
So Joplin starts in the hole. So if it's a bye, you get pinpoints.
Yes.
That seems like a pretty sweet deal.
And here comes the first match of the night.
Ooh.
Deron Morgan.
He moved up to 126 to take on Marquise Gayton from Kickapoo. He was 120 here on the
here
Eagles roster.
We go.
Kicking off Joplin Wrestling. Last varsity meet of the year here in Kaminsky Gymnasium. Deron Morgan,
This is his
sophomore.
First year for the Joplin Eagles.
He's a sophomore. He's got plenty of years to develop into a good wrestler. He's already looks pretty aggressive here in the first 20 seconds.
And that's what you have to do when you're a younger wrestler. You got to leave it all on the mat. You're not necessarily going to know all the different moves that you're going to be seeing, but that you'll eventually develop into that.
As they're locking up, Deron tries to shoot. Kickapoo steps back. Now Kickapoo tries to shoot. Both waiting to make a move. Slam! Joplin! First slam of the night, baby. Deron gets 2 points. 2-0. Joplin's looking for control. Oh no!
He currently wants to escape there. Looks like the 2-point reversal. Kickapoo's on top.
That was a pretty nice reversal there, Hunter. Mm-hmm. You could call that a pure wrestling reversal. That's for sure.
That definitely was a great scramble right there, and Joplin's going to be on bottom. Right now it's 2-2, so so Deron is going to want to just explode up and get his escape point.
Now, Hunter, when you came to this match tonight, did you think that you'd be on Jet HD TV?
I had no clue.
I really appreciate you coming here with me, you know.
And I appreciate you allowing me to be here.
Well, man, I needed, you know, a legend. I needed somebody who had the credentials. Somebody who had 4 years of wrestling under their belt here at this high school and knows what the heck they're talking about. Not saying I don't. I'm just a middle school wrestler. This boy right here is a freaking high school wrestler, dang it. Duran's trying to escape. Can Morgan get out? Can he get out of it?
And Kickapoo had a holding, which will give Joplin 1 point. So it will be 3-1.
The holding is when you're just trying to restrict them. Just an obvious.
When you're on top, you can't lock hands, and if you do, that's a technical foul, and will give them what's called a free move.
See, I knew the basic ways to score points in the wrestling match, but the obvious, you know, stalling points and holding.
Oh, and we have another escape point. Joplin's up 4-2.
That is good.
That was a
Joplin.
Great explosion from Duran Morgan.
With the holding point and escape points, 4-2. So first period is over with.
An exciting first period to start out the Joplin Kickapoo match.
Looks like Joplin is green tonight. Kickapoo is red. They picked neutral. You know, sometimes I feel like, Hunter, it takes a real wrestler, somebody who's wrestled to actually understand just what all the sport's about.
Well, it's really a lot of, it's given more than it's credited, really. Essentially, what it is, it's just whoever outworks the other guy.
That's true. It's who wants it more.
Currently, the Kickapoo wrestler got a takedown, so it is all tied up at 4-4 with 1:20 left in the second period.
Kickapoo's trying to shoot the half. They're trying to turn it as they get out of the circle of the mat. Now, you never know if you don't ask, but is there a specific name for the circle that they're in? It's the mat. Is it just all called the mat?
It's just the mat.
So it's just called going out of bounds, if they go out of bounds.
Yes.
Okay. Just want to get my vocabulary correct. Joplin gets an escape point. They have the lead 5-4. The 126-pound match.
That was a head and arm, but luckily it was out of bounds and there was no points.
Man, that's tough to actually get a head and arm in a high school match and get no points out of it. Those are risky. Now, Hunter, those are the first moves they usually tell you how to get out of and not get thrown in the head and arm.
It's generally not anything that they teach you, especially Coach Myers. He does not coach the head and arm.
You know, it's really a big person's move, but, you know, heavyweight matches that could end the match really quick.
That's one of those high-risk, high-reward moves. If you do it effectively, then essentially they're pinned. But if you mess it up, which there's a high percentage of it messing up, then you can be for some trouble as well.
See, I've failed on a couple head and arms in my wrestling career, and I've definitely thrown some head and arms, though. But as I said again, middle school is on a completely different level than high school. Most of these athletes are more than one sport. That means besides wrestling. And a lot of them do this to stay in shape, and it really just turns into an art form or a love form. As the Joplin team, you know, usually varies in sizes, but this year there's a lot of young talent, there being only 3 seniors.
Well, there's a big difference between wrestling shape versus different types of sports. I've seen many football players and cross-country players come into wrestling, and they realize that wrestling shape is on a whole different level.
It really is, Hunter. I mean, just for easy example, Duran Morgan, just to wrestle in this match, had to gain 6 pounds. So, I mean, you would say that Marquise from Kickapoo has the advantage here, since he is the normal 126-pounder.
Right now, he's doing a very good job of keeping his composure as he's on the bottom. He is currently down 5-8, but he can definitely turn it around in a hurry.
As he turns the half on Duran. Pin.
There's a pin. And Kickapoo is now up 18-12.
That was a tough one for Joplin. Joplin came out strong with a 4-2 lead.
And here comes last year's state qualifier, Bobby Owens.
Bobby Owens is a handful. I don't know if Kickapoo can handle it. I've known Bobby almost my whole life since I was a 4th grader. And he's grown to be a very athletic kid. Sophomore year, he was on the football team. And then for his junior year, sophomore year he was on his football team, and junior year he decided to go out for cross country instead of football, and now he's a wrestler and a runner, and he's really lost a lot of weight and a lot of athleticism as you see it right there.
I took Bobby Owens under my wing when I was a junior, teaching him the kind of what's called the dark arts of wrestling, some of the funk moves, which we just saw there, which is a bunch of high risk, high reward, more flashy moves. But he's turned it into something even better, something that is more.
Bobby Owens gets him on his back.
As you can see right now, currently he has to drag his back into the ring if he wants for the pin.
Bobby's going to get him back in the ring is what it looks like, and he's got him.
And just
trying to get those shoulders down
from a state qualifier.
State qualifier, Bobby Owens. He's looking for it. He wants a pin.
Left.
He's got a minute to get a pin.
So he needs to drag his back into the ring if he wants the pin. Which is just what he's doing.
Bobby's showing the athletic and strength to get him back in the ring. Pin!
And with the pin.
Joplin pin, baby! That was impressive.
With the score of 6-18, Joplin gets on the board.
I love pins, dang it. Pin to win. Eagles pin to win, dang it.
And here comes Terry Shuey, a newcomer to the Joplin Wrestling Room. Terry Shuey has made a name for himself as a wrestler, this being his first year, where he's seemed to pick up the sport very naturally. He's, as you can see, has made a lot of athletic moves. There is a bit he can learn, though.
Joplin on bottom, down by 2. As Terry gets on his back, he's trying to get out of that. Kickapoo's turning the half. But Terry's turning out of it. He's not going to give him back points. But it looks like Kickapoo's going to get it anyway.
Currently, there's
Kickapoo trying to turn it. Don't give up, Terry.
And he'll learn how to get out of that with experience. He just needed to cut his arm there, and he would have been free. It's just something that you learn as you go on. There is a definite learning curve to wrestling.
I would agree with you there. Hunter, when I wrestled, when I was a 7th grader, I believe my record was 11-5, and I was just getting beat up by all the 8th graders in the wrestling room. And they would just all tell me, you got to get your butt kicked if you want to be good. 8th grade year, I went undefeated. I mean,
you have to take your lumps. And
I hate using that analogy, you know. Just remember, when I'm talking about my wrestling career, it's middle school, and it does not compare. I for sure would have not went undefeated in high school if I would have wrestled.
I've seen a lot of great wrestlers, even Philip Ritz last year, who was the only one that beat the heavyweight champion that ended up winning state, but even he did not go undefeated.
It's like Kickapoo lets Joplin up, taunting him as you will. It's like we have Braden Williams, sophomore.
He's also a newcomer for the Joplin squad, as Kickapoo attempts what is called a suicide cradle.
That is a pretty nice cradle there. Oh, and he gets a leg. Looks like Kickapoo's up 4-1. Minute remaining in the first period. 7-1. A tech fall in high school is 15 points, correct?
15 points ahead, and that's 5, and it adds 5 points to their team score.
Team score right now is 6-24. Kickapoo in the lead. Those 2 early buys got them 12 easy points. It's like gonna let him right back up. Braden Williams has to get aggressive if he wants to get an edge in this match. He's been let up twice. This guy is basically just tooling around with Braden.
He looks to be getting rather tired as he goes through. This seems like an experienced wrestler, but he seems to have gotten cocky, and
Braden came very, very close to getting some points there, Hunter.
Some back points even, maybe even a pin, but now he's on bottom, scores 2-9, and that's the end of the first period.
Well, Kickapoo got that reversal right there at the end of the period. 9-2. Gonna go neutral. Seems like the right call. If I were Kickapoo's coach. Braden's got to try to make a move.
He's trying to find an opening currently, and there just isn't any. It seems that the experience of this wrestler is showing.
Unfortunately, we do not have the classes of these wrestlers from Kickapoo, but you can definitely tell that the kid that Braden's wrestling has wrestled before with all these cradles and just, like you said, the high-risk moves that he is putting on. Look at this, trying to pin him.
He was in a north-south position, but he's doing more risky moves that...
3 more points for Kickapoo. 14-2. It's like Joplin is 2 points away from a tech fall. Or excuse me, 3 points away.
And it looks like he's about to cut him into attempting a technical fall.
This is...
In high school, tech falls become rarer and rarer.
Braden's got his leg. He's got to get those 2. And he's got the 2.
And
Joplin's staying in it.
In the second period, 5-14.
Joplin needs to throw it to half. I got to say it. Throw it to half! Joplin needs to get him on his back.
With 20 seconds in the second period, he has to do something in order to turn the match around. He's trying to do a Tulsa ride in order to force the Kickapoo wrestler on his back, but they're going out of bounds.
5 seconds. Clock stops. We'll turn to neutral.
Looks like we have some blood time currently.
Blood time. See, there's a actual time for blood time. There's a certain amount of time you have.
Yes, if you don't stop bleeding after 5 minutes, they call off the match.
Oh, so that's actually pretty good amount of time to stop bleeding.
And they just stopped it, so yeah. He has like 4 minutes, 50 seconds left.
Looks like he'll be all right. I guess he just got cross-faced in the nose. You know, Kickapoo's been dominating this match, but with that late surge by Braden, I'm really excited for this third period. As we got 4.9 to be exact, seconds left.
He could definitely make a comeback with the momentum.
You don't want to let him up right here. You don't want to let him up. Gave him 2 points. My goodness.
So that's going to be 5-16 heading into the third period.
Did you think that was a reversal good? That was close.
I saw it. I mean, that looked like a reversal. It's
If he
definitely
had one more
debatable.
second, it would have been. But I thought just with the time, I don't think he got it. But Braden's on top.
And he wants to get his hips above the other wrestler in order to keep control, which he's doing a great job of right now.
It's like
But he wants to turn him with in the period.
sophomore Braden Williams is looking for a pin, obviously, in this period. Down by 11 points.
And here comes blood time again.
Blood time again. So how would this match turn out if he cannot wrestle due to blood?
A lot of the times they put plugs in in the wrestler's nose if the blood in the nose gets too bad. But I've only seen one time where it ended the match.
And so who would the win go to if the match ended because of blood time? Would it go to him since he's obviously in a substantial lead? Or
It would go to the other wrestler from injury default.
Ooh. So, I mean, you know, best of wishes to the Kickapoo guy, obviously. Looks like he'll be all right. Just got, you know, some weird blood substance thing on the ground they're going to pick up in a napkin. Not sketchy at all. Joplin, a minute and 33 to go in the third period. Down by 11 points, 5-16. It's time to put the pedal to the metal in this match, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, they need to start getting pins and to get points. I mean, they could win this by it'd be very difficult to win this match by points, and you'd probably wouldn't get much points. Pins get the most points, being 6 points.
Correct. But as in this match, 5-16, Braden Williams, the 10th grade sophomore, is pretty much holding up his own.
Currently, he's just looking to get as much experience as he can, and this is great for a sophomore to get varsity experience.
Looks like the Kickapoo player is getting treated, getting all baby wiped out, and got some nose plugs in his ears now, so hopefully there won't be any, you know, unnecessary blood. You know, I remember when I went to open mat 6th grade, and I was learning how to wrestle because, you know, I was wanting to wrestle in middle school. That when I was first learning how to do a crossface, I was punching everybody in the nose, and I made 2 kids nosebleed. You know, I'm not trying to sound mean or nothing, but it's just what happens. You know, you're wrestling out there and it's aggressive, and you're trying to win the match.
It's the cost of doing business.
It really is. You ever have a bloody nose out here on the mat, Hunter?
I've given and gotten.
There was one time I had a bloody nose, and I just did not remember the blood time from my middle school days. Maybe it was just more relaxed, nothing actually official. It's like,
unfortunately, injuries do come with the sport. For me, during my wrestling career, I sprained my AC joint 3 times. I pulled my sternum and broke 3 ribs, but it's just part of the sport, and everyone just wants to compete.
Kickapoo's looking for the reversal. Joplin's not going to give it to him. Joplin's remaining control.
Oh, and that is a great move.
Ooh.
That was a close one. That was a close one.
He's trying to be aggressive.
He's
back.
He's got to
give those back points. Yes.
He's got to scoop his arm.
Can Braden Williams pull it off? He's got the arm. He's turning it. He's turning it. He's got this. Joplin's going to come from behind.
He's got 3 back points currently. Can he finish?
7-17 with 40 seconds remaining. Joplin has to get this pin if they want to win this match. He needs to turn it, Hunter. He needs to turn it.
He needs to
put his weight all the way he can on him. That's what I learned, dang it.
He needs to tee it out. Currently, he's giving...
Tee it out for sure. Get the half.
With 20 seconds.
Let's go, Braden. Turn it! Turn it!
He needs to tee it out currently. 7, 6.
This is amazing.
3, 2, 1. A great effort by Braden Williams, the sophomore.
That was a great effort and a great comeback by Braden Williams.
Unfortunately, he didn't win that time, but he definitely did give a great effort and a great showing. And he will be here for many years to come.
We got my boy, senior Nate McCauley.
Senior Nathan McCauley, and he's coming off a tournament win where he took first place.
That's very good to hear. First place tournament win this year for a senior. As looks like they're going to clean the remaining blood off the mat, as that was a very intense last minute of that match, Hunter.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
That's what I love about wrestling, man. It can just all turn in a flip of a second like that. Joplin was down by 11 points, and they still could have won the match.
As I said, it's not always the best wrestler that wins. It's the one that gives the most heart.
That is true. Kickapoo tries to shoot, and Joplin sprawls.
And very quickly, Nathan McCauley takes control on the mat.
Nathan McCauley, look at this. He is teeing it out for sure,
looking
good.
for the finisher.
Let's see how long this is going to try to get him pinned quick. My goodness, look at this showing by Nate McCauley.
Pulling out all the stops. And in less than 30 seconds, in 28 seconds, Nathan McCauley with the pin.
That is very nice.
That brings Joplin up 12-27.
That was a very interesting match.
And here comes Luke Keenel, the sophomore.
You know, on the practice field, for football, we call this man Luke Kuechly, you know, bid to the Carolina Panthers middle linebacker. But, I mean, this kid really is an animal. He loves the weight room and he loves competition. And he's getting ready to show his aggression out here on the mat tonight.
He's definitely a very talented wrestler. And there's an attempted head and arm by the Kickapoo wrestler, and Luke Keenel is on his back for back points.
Did you say Kuechly?
I said Kuechly.
it's very hard. You know, it's really close to Kuechly. Kickapoo's trying.
There is a couple inches from that, and when you're in the head, that's the part of the head and arm. If you get the head and arm, then you really just have to survive it.
See, Luke has that fire, but he's still very inexperienced, being only a sophomore. Did he wrestle last year, Hunter?
He did wrestle varsity last year at 152. Currently, he's at 160.
Lucas Cannell trying to get out of it. Can he get the reversal?
Oh, that'd be tough for him. That'd be very tough. Right now, he needs to survive 40 seconds. Oh, then
he gets the reversal. He gives it to him easy.
Reversal.
That was nice.
And the match stopped due to Luke's headgear coming off.
Just like the Kickapoo coach is saying, keep on wrestling, man. Don't worry about the kid's headgear. He's got 2 points on you.
Yeah. And the match is 2-5, advantage Kickapoo.
Now you got Luke on top.
Luke is a lot better at top, specializing in his move, the Tulsa Ride, which currently it doesn't seem like he's working currently.
So it's a Tulsa Ride, much like a half Nelson.
Kind of. It
looks like he
it looks like he's going for the pin right now.
My goodness, I did not even see the clock. I thought that was getting ready to be a pin.
Currently, we're all tied up going into the second period, 5-5. Joplin defers, and Kickapoo takes neutral. And this is just like a new match.
Kickapoo is trying to, regain the lead. after the end of that first period.
It seems like both wrestlers are very tired out after a very exciting first period where both wrestlers were on their back, seemingly both of them pinned.
Again.
I don't know 2-2 on that one.
Again, Kanel's headgear comes off. You might want to, you know, buckle it up a little tighter.
That's why I liked freestyle wrestling, where you didn't have to wear headgear.
You know, that cauliflower ear, though, that's what's protecting you from.
I've got a little bit of it in my day.
Oh, my goodness. You have to tell me about that. I have never met anybody. I'm pretty sure I've met somebody, but no one. Well, is it look like a cauliflower?
Well, you just have to look at Coach Myers to see what cauliflower ear looks like after several years.
You're right.
Coach Myers is a very accomplished wrestler and even had a MMA career.
Now, is he saying PD? What is he saying? What did the referee just say? It was that same thing about, you know, being off the ground.
Well, PD means potentially dangerous, meaning one of the wrestlers there is a high possibility that one of the wrestlers could be hurt due to a move.
Waiting for the referee's whistle. That's where we're going. 55 seconds. Joplin up by 2.
And Keno keeping him down.
Kanel's trying to turn that, just trying to get him on his back at this point. He's turning it. It's getting there. He needs to tee it out. He's on his knees too much.
That's a lot of the things that you see from the younger wrestlers. They need, if they get off their knees, they put more weight on the bottom wrestler, and that wears them out a lot quicker.
Oh yeah, being a heavyweight wrestler, I know all about the weight advantage, and man, that teeing it out has definitely won me some matches before. I'm getting pumped up just watching this, Hunter. I'm sorry. Flashbacks to those middle school days.
Speaking of flashbacks, is that the Dooleys?
Hey, let's not talk about them. We got Kanel on top. What's he gonna do? Kanel up by 2.
The Kickapoo wrestler isn't giving him anything. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a stalling call. And it's the end of the round.
One more 2-minute period to go. 160-pound bout. Luke Kanel versus Clement Rogan. Joplin up by 2. Let's see how this plays out, folks. Joplin on top, with Kickapoo on the bottom. He's trying to bear crawl out of it. As Kanel gets an arm,
he's going for. It looks like he's going for a cross wrist right here in order to turn him.
He's going to try to get the temple of his head into his shoulder, turn that Tulsa tide. Is that correct?
He's not going for the Tulsa ride currently.
Tulsa ride. He's just trying to flip him over on his back right now. He's trying to get that half in there. Now he's throwing a power half. I recognize that move. Don't want to let him up. Don't want to throw him on the basketball court either.
Sometimes it's a lot better to get him out of bounds than give up a point. It might be a little bit.
You know, it's in the rules of the game. It's, you know, it's the name of the game. Use everything you have and, you know, around you to your advantage.
One-on-one with nothing there. That's the best you can get.
You know, I mean, I'm not going to get into it, but I mean, I've done worse on a wrestling match to win a match, and I definitely understand doing everything it takes to win.
Yeah.
As anyway, looks like it's 7-6. Kickapoo's only down by 1 after the escape.
And
Kanel shoots.
Going for the shot.
Going for the 2-leg.
And it's out of bounds.
Man, who do you... No points there?
No points.
That was a pretty aggressive takedown.
With
no points.
With less than 1 minute left, it is anyone's match.
Canel has to finish this match out. Joplin needs these points desperately.
He can't stall out the rest of the match, or else he's going to give up the stalling point, and then it would go into overtime.
How long do you have to stall to give up a stalling point?
Well, it really is up to the
referee. As Canel shoots again, he's got him, and he gets the takedown.
Great double leg.
2 points for Luke Canel.
Takedown. Well,
he's hungry for that pin, Hunter. He wants the 6 points.
There's less.
He's got to get that half.
It's
like Kickapoo has wrist control. That's what's stopping them right now.
Luke Canel is up 9-6 on top with currently 2 back points, making it 11-6. Advantage Joplin. Joplin is going to score 3 points from this match, making their score go up to 15-27.
That was a very impressive win for the Eagles. Luke Canel coming out on top.
And here comes Big Daddy Bartlett.
Big Daddy Bartlett, huh?
He's been a captain since his freshman year.
A freshman cap? You don't see that. You don't see that very much, Hunter.
Bartlett hasn't really ever separated himself with technique, but mainly just raw effort. And he was a state qualifier last year. We forgot him. He definitely doesn't wrestle like a junior.
Now, he doesn't play football like a junior either, as he gets those 2 points
before they go out of bounds.
That's a high wrestling IQ right there to get those 2 points, Hunter. Right there on the out of bounds line. As Joplin gets on top.
You can tell that the bottom wrestler definitely isn't having very much fun wrestling Bartlett.
Well, Bartlett, as the way I understand it, he hasn't made the state, but just...
Oh, he has.
He has made the state. I'm very wrong.
And he's going for the pin in what's called a bob wire.
Got him in the barbed wire.
And there's the pin by state qualifier Jacob Bartlett.
See, what would I do without you, Hunter? What would I do without you, dang it?
I'd wonder too. And here comes, and speaking of state qualifiers, here comes Solomon Garcia while we wait for the Kickapoo to have his hand raised.
Oh, geez. Here it is, baby. Here's my boy. Senior wrestler Solomon Garcia stepping into the ring.
Solomon Garcia.
As he gives me a wink.
He came in.
He is... I got this. Hang on. He's been talking to me all day about this match. He came to school dressed up all nice, and I'm ready to see what he's got, what he's going to do. He's been telling me all day about this match.
Solomon Garcia came into the varsity lineup last year and has definitely made a name for himself, being a state qualifier the first year.
See, he is a very dedicated wrestler and an athlete, and also just a very confident person.
I have not seen many with the confidence of Solomon Garcia.
He will tell you that he's confident straight up to your face.
Even if I've seen him down 14 points before, and he told me he's going to win. And 9 times out of 10, he'd win.
Solomon always pulls out the miraculous wins and pulls out the most monster slams.
And here he goes. With 2-point takedown, Solomon Garcia up 2. With 1:20 in the first period.
He's trying to get him back in the circle.
It doesn't seem like that wrestler wants to wrestle Solomon.
This is the last senior of the night, on senior night for Joplin. Gonna give him a diamond. And see, that's what I like to see. Give them I was gonna ask you, did you think anybody's gonna throw a diamond? And I love seeing a diamond and then they not let him up.
The optional start is definitely a move that is almost disrespectful in some cases, saying you can't stand up even if I have you there.
It really is when you think about it. Solomon gets the pin in the first period.
State qualifier, Solomon Garcia.
What an impressive win for a senior night.
On the back of the state team shirts last year, it said Solomon Garrica.
Garrica, huh?
And here comes the
220-pounder, sophomore, Jaden Withrow.
He was on the bubble match last year in districts and was one match away from state.
Now, wasn't he came into the season ranked, Hunter Good?
I believe that he was fourth in the state, but he's had definitely a very good season.
And he had a very good freshman season just last year. As he's facing PJ Walker from Kickapoo.
Last year, Jaden Withrow was known for winning matches by very close margins. He would often win matches 2-1, and that would frustrate the other wrestlers a lot of the times.
See, a 2-1 match, those are always just physical 6 minutes of wrestling around the mat. And the third Joplin wrestler gets his headgear taken off. Looks like somebody needs some tape over there, some sticky glue. Get that figured out. I'm sure they'll manage.
It seems as the Joplin wrestlers have the talent, it seems like they are struggling at some of the simple things.
Excuse me, there is flatulence on the mat. We have Jaden Withrow trying to gain control. He's going to get on top. He's trying to throw that half and get control. See, Withrow's looking for a pin here, good to tie it all up. This is what Joplin needs right now is a pin.
With Jake Boo coming up on as our heavyweight.
This match is getting close. Only one more wrestling match after this. As Jaden Withrow gets the cradle, the 220-pounder, had it there for a second.
It's definitely a lot harder for these heavyweights to get moves like that, and it just shows Jaden Withrow's athleticism when he is able to do those things.
Getting somebody in a cradle is very hard to do, especially to a big guy.
It looks like Jaden's kind of confused.
He was confused about something, that's for sure.
Coach Myers having a word with him.
Green to furs, Joplin. Red's taking the time. You know, gotta think about his strategy.
Which is kind of weird. Usually you don't pick top when you're down because there's not really an opportunity to score from that.
Well, you know, these big guys, Hunter, I almost always picked tops when I wrestled, and I don't see if you're a big guy, why not? You know, this is when you get to use your weight, and right, that's exactly what's happening.
That's an
Withrow throws a fat man roll.
That's an interesting strategy. Let's see how that works out for him.
It's an interesting strategy, Cotton. See how that works out for him. Man, I won a match. I can't quit talking about wrestling, but I've won before the fat man roll, and that was almost good execution by Withrow.
Yeah,
Withrow's trying to stand up and get some points.
And really, is that
fat man stand up? Can he do it?
If he stands up, there's a potentially dangerous right there, or right there it ended in a stalemate, so there was no points.
Joplin on bottom again. Minute 26 remaining.
Caution red.
Caution red, is that because he went too early?
Yeah, he gets, and a lot of these matches, they get a little bit jumpy because it's such high stakes.
Jesus, what the heck is this kid trying to koala on Withrow for? My gosh. It seems like all the Kickapoo kids want to get potentially dangered and bust their head open, and all the Joplin kids want to have loose headgear. I had to say that.
I don't know what to say to that.
Again, there's another koala, or whatever you want to call it. That's a koala. That's what I'm going to call it. You got a koala on the mat facing Jaden Withrow.
I was always told that's a stalling technique where they're just trying to waste time, essentially.
He's trying to turn it. He really is. My goodness, what can you do here, Hunter?
You really just want to swim out.
You gotta have that microphone if you want people to Oh,
And a pin by Jaden Withrow.
that's what you get when you get koala'd.
The hammer.
Hey, good luck, 54.
And it all comes back.
Here it is. It's a tie. It's here, baby.
It all comes down to Kickapoo and Will Anoa'i.
Will Anoa'i. And Will Anoa'i, I've played this kid 4 years on the football field, and he is quick and he is strong.
It's definitely exciting here.
Let's go, Boo!
Go to our final match of the night.
Here's the heavyweight bout, baby. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I know. I got this one, Hunter.
Kickapoo's definitely developed.
We got Kickapoo locking up. See, just look how much quicker this match is, and they're not trying to shoot. They're just trying to throw him. Look at Boo trying to get inside, trying to get some wrist control. They break out.
What heavyweight used to be is a bunch of just bigger kids, and they've gotten a lot more athletic as the years has gone on.
You're right, and especially as age comes athleticism, you know. Being a middle schooler heavyweight's way different than a high school heavyweight, and so many times it decides the whole outcome of the match. And that's what's happening right here.
And Kickapoo is a sophomore, so you know that he's going to get better and better.
Well, you know he's hungry, and he's facing the veteran, the senior, Will Anoa'i.
And the stakes couldn't be higher at senior night. 33-33, all tied up. Winner takes all.
This kid, I just know Will so well from the football field. He's made me look silly plenty of times, but I've given him my fair share of hits over the years, that's for sure.
And it looks like they're exchanging blows as well.
Kickapoo gets the takedown. First heavyweight takedown, 2-0.
40 seconds left in the first period.
Boo's trying to get an advantage, get him on his back. It's already 2-0. He needs to get one of those legs. That's exactly what he's going for. That's what he's about.
And Kickapoo's just looking for anything that he can do against the senior.
Boo throws him back down. Can he get back
And
points?
he goes for the back points, and
so close as Kickapoo turns back over.
with 10 seconds left in the first period, we're gonna go in.
5 seconds. Boo's trying to get something. As that electrifying first period is over, only 2-0. Joplin has the lead, 33-33.
And Kickapoo
This match
goes
is coming
down.
down to the wire. Let's get it, baby. It's like Boo takes bottom.
Trying to stand up and trying to separate himself even farther.
What's Kickapoo gonna do? As Will has both his legs, and Boo's trying to escape.
Who's trying to get out?
He's got to get
there's
a leg
a
out of
holding.
there.
That's a free move.
That's a holding. That's a.
That is a free move by Kickapoo. Excuse me.
Yes, 1 point for Boo because of the hold. Thank you for that wrestling lesson earlier, Hunter. Will on top. Boo gets the reversal.
Boo up 5-0 in the second period. 1:30 left in the first period. 30 all tied up. Winner takes all.
Look at Joplin in front of this home crowd. This gym is getting loud, baby.
It looks like the Kickapoo wrestler is just climbing up currently, not giving him much. And
Referee's got to call stalling here in a second here, good. It's a minute left in the second period.
that is stalling on bottom. That is his warning.
That's a warning?
That is a warning.
Okay, let's see if he can stay in here in the ring. Bring him back in here, Boo. There you go. 5-0.
Maybe the match of the night, you could say.
Well, it is definitely the match of the night. Sudden death heavyweight bouts. What's better than that on a Thursday night, dang it?
Go big or go home.
What else could you want on a Thursday night, baby? Heavyweight bouts and W's.
Senior night.
Here we go. And Boo's got him on his back. Boo's got him on his back. This could be it. This could be all over.
He's
This
going
could be it.
in. That's it. That's it. It is all over.
Joplin wins.
39
My goodness.
to 33. The last
39.
match of the night.
39 to 33. Joplin with the win.
On senior night.
On senior night. My goodness, dude.
And Kickapoo.
Boo, come over here and give me a high
victory.
five, dang it. God dang it. Freaking heavyweight bout. Ugh. That was intense. Well, geez, Hunter, that was a match for the ages, wasn't it?
That definitely was. Like, I didn't expect them to come back like that. They definitely did show some heart down the stretch.
Hey, well, starting out 12-0, you know, with those two buys, Joplin had to work their way back up the whole night.
When you're down, you have to come up some way, and Joplin managed to do that, just that tonight on their senior night.
The only lead the whole night was the winning pin, and man, this was a good match. Well, the last wrestling home bout in the Kaminsky Gymnasium for the seniors. Looks like it was a good one. Both seniors won in the first period.
Unfortunately, Joakim Crawford was not able to wrestle tonight due to injury, and we definitely would have liked him to be part of that too.
Yeah, well, still a good Joplin Eagles win, and it's time for us to head out of here.
All right.
I hope you had as much fun as we did.
I definitely appreciate this tonight.
Dude, it was very fun working with you, man. I appreciated you being here. So, from JHD, I'm Cooper Duckworth.
And I'm Hunter Good.
And we'll see you next time, baby.
You stay classy, Joplin.